Hello everyone, welcome back to the C Morning Show right here and see today. Now we're jumping into the first discussion of the day and we're going to talk about money. Don't we all love money? Yes, managing money or having a money mindset is beneficial, especially if it can be instilled from an early age. This can help us work harder to get what we want, but however, what if it twists into something worse, something that's called the toxic money mindset? Do you know about this?
No, I haven't heard of it.
No, we need to know more about this.
Maybe I haven't. I didn't know that. Well, to know more, we will chat with investment advisor Aliyah Natasya in the studio. Good morning, Aliyah. Thank you for being on the show.
Good morning.
So let's jump to this. So what is toxic money mindset?
So we need to break down itself. First, we talk about the mindset itself because mind is a power like a knowledge. So when you gather all the information, when the source is already negative and become a toxic, so you will make a bad financial decision. So toxic money mindset is when you see any negativity in terms of financial decision in your life.
Oh, wow. Okay, so this is very deep.
Yeah, can you give me like an example of...
Like an example, maybe the mindset itself, as I said, is the source. How we think, how we feel, how we make any decision that transform into our daily habits and rituals. So negative and toxic money mindset will reflect how we manage our finance itself. Like how this toxic mindset comes, it's because maybe first from our childhood experiences.
Okay.
Second, about society pressure. And three is about financial traumas. Every decision that we make, but somehow it is a failure.
Okay.
So those three plays a very huge effect on how we're dealing with our money mindset itself.
So, Aliyah, you can say that this is somewhat a psychological behavior also that
Yes.
turns into your finance decision. In regards to that, you were mentioning past trauma, childhood trauma and whatnot. What are the characteristics of someone who has toxic money mindset?
The first one usually is about low self-esteem.
Okay.
Because money is a value, and how we see the value, it reflects to our self-value itself. I call it like self-currency.
Okay, so, wow, okay.
So you know where you should be positioning, so you know, when you know your self-value, you won't be noticing about low self-confidence or how you manage that mindset itself.
Your self-worth, right?
Yes, the self-worth.
Okay.
And
and then the second one?
okay. And then the second, sorry, the question?
Oh, the characteristic.
Oh, the characteristics.
So, yes.
Oh, sorry. And the second one is about insecurities.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's why I thought about the trauma, childhood experience.
Yeah.
If we have a really bad parenting advices and putting some examples or life experience, and we put like, oh, you shouldn't do this because we don't have money. So the kid itself. So any mothers or fathers, don't ever say that, I need to make a sacrifice because your tuition fee is too expensive.
Right.
Don't ever say that.
Yes.
Are you guilty of that, sir?
Because somehow we put that low confidence issue and the money issue will grow into our child. And we, as a parent, it's like making a bad decision for our kids. And our kids will think that I don't deserve to be in this school because it's so expensive.
That's right. My parents need to work that hard for me to be here.
Yes.
So they have that guilt.
Guilt and maybe shame. Do I really worth it belong in this school?
Okay.
That's a really bad trauma. And the second is about fights. Fight with your spouse, partner, or husband or wife, and talks about money. So when these kids see money as an issue since they are kids, they are afraid being in relationship, and they have less control in relationship instead of want to achieve certain clear goals in terms of financials.
Right. Well, I mean, I never knew that it turns out that simple words or simple sentences from us can really throw into this. Now, the characteristic itself, it seems that more, would you say, someone that is missing out, right? More, the FOMO, as of right now, the Gen Z say. Would you say that that's one of it too? Like, you know, people that's fear of missing out. Maybe
Yes.
someone that doesn't have it, but they felt like, oh, my friends has this car,
Okay.
this houses. I mean, we're in the age of where we're having houses, cars, businesses. When people have it, I need to have it. But because I don't have it, but I have to flex it. Is
Yes.
that something a part of that too?
I can say yes, as I mentioned, this is part of the society pressure.
Yeah.
We are who we are surrounded ourselves with. We can choose who we can surround ourselves with, but be really careful on what we consume. Because social media is just like a snap in our fingers.
That's right.
And just show like a snapshot of somebody's life who are really beautiful, who are really successful and everything. They don't know the life behind of that.
Yeah.
So that's why the FOMO itself can trigger like toxic money mindset, like overspending,
Right.
instant, quick, rich scheme. You want everything instantly.
Yeah.
And this is really, really bad.
Yeah.
Because managing a good money mindset requires you to think on a long term.
Yeah.
So we need to know one of the successful financial traits is about how we can delay our gratifications. Because in the long term, the reward is much more rewarding.
No, listen to Aliyah right there. Yes.
Delay gratification. So I want to ask you this because I'm guilty of this. On the flip side, you mentioned earlier, you know, you shouldn't mention to your kids.
Yes.
Like, oh, we put you in the expensive school.
Yeah, the best school that we can afford.
No, on the flip side, you know, there's I hate to say this, but you know, there's those kids that, you know, they just want to spend. They like. I'm
Social pressure, just like Aliyah said,
Well,
right? Yeah.
they just find the enjoyment. Well, my daughter just find the enjoyment. Like she doesn't understand like the. I don't know if I would say that she doesn't understand the value of money yet.
Yeah.
But like, how do I? I don't want to put that toxic money mentality, but at the same time, it's like I need to be able to say like, hey, you need to budget, or like that delay gratification. Like you don't need to buy it right now. Like just wait up or something like that.
So first, as a parent, we can start with having an open conversation with our kids, with our family, making money as a normal subject that we talk about it. When we have the money, be proud of it. Don't hide from it, because I can see so many childhood traumas that resent their parents. I didn't know that my parent is so rich because they keep complaining. They don't have money, they don't have enough. So they built the child as never enough mentality while they have it.
Okay.
So we need to have a more open conversation about how to start budgeting, savings, and the most important thing, earnings. Not given, earnings. How our kids, how we can build, how they can grow, to understand that there are responsibilities that you need to deliver first, and then you get to earn what you really want. Because our kids will never be kids. There will be a time they need to grow up and take some responsibilities, to take some failures. But we as a parents need to guide them. It's okay to make failures, but it's much better if you stand up more and learn from the lesson itself.
Yeah.
But what we can see, so many people complaining instead of focusing on what we can do and to find a solution how to build this good money mindset.
Right, and it starts from an early age, it seems now. I mean, I remember my parents would be saying like, oh, that is so expensive, like you should be thankful that we do this and that. Now I understand, and because the worth of money, the value of money now is very different, right, for us, if we understand being transparent, as just you said.
Yes.
With that said, this is turning into a parenting session right now, but we have Aliyah here, let's ask about it. So when do we should share or maybe teach our children about the value of money, like the way that you've explained it to us?
I think since they can sense the value of the money, and after Lebaran with all THR, or after Lunar Year with the angpao,
Yes.
we need to treat and teach them about how you save can help you to build a better future.
Okay.
And then they can understand that the value of having money is far, far more rewarding than just spending. And then you can have all the things that you like in a small pieces, but if you have a clear goals, especially big goals, you get much better things.
Okay.
It's like if you spend like 50,000 K for buying some toys while you were saving for a 500,000 toys, which more is feeling
Yeah.
the reward itself.
Yeah, so you go back to their feelings again, right?
Yes, their feelings, the value, the
Yeah.
confidence, so they understand for bigger things, we need to do some sacrifice by
Yes.
being patient, by being, so they need to know what the goals they want. Because in our daily life as a millennials, are we?
Yes, we are.
Not, I think my parent doesn't talk much about the goals itself, that you have to have a short-term, medium-term, and a long-term goals. While all good habits are one of the factors that help us to achieve financial success. And if you have a financial success, more likely you have a financial well-being and a better, happier life.
Oh my goodness, yes, that's our goals for every parent and ourselves. Yeah.
What would be like the worst feeling somebody with the toxic money mindset will have? I mean, like, or maybe at what point will they realize, oh, apparently I do have toxic money mindset?
The feeling of insecure, because they don't know where they are standing at the moment. They feel like they are never enough from their self-esteem, and while they are checking into their savings account, there's not enough.
Yeah.
So how to beat this kind of feelings? That first we need to accept where we are now, where our current standings point of view, and then set the goals. Ask the question, are you really want to stuck in this point, or you want to make some changes? Are you want to stay in the same position a year later? So you need to build that kind of feeling. Maybe don't be afraid to ask some helps.
Yeah.
Talk about money, talk about your insecurities, and make it normal because you want to change.
Yes. I think in our culture right here, especially in the Eastern, countries, it's very taboo talking about money.
Yeah, and we are feeling ashamed because of not having money.
Yes.
Because everything now is like social media standards.
Right.
Like,
Yes.
you need to live like in a social media standard.
Yeah. So now you have to retract and live in a real life. And
Yeah.
sometimes in life it goes up and down, right? It's like a roller coaster ride. Sometimes, you got the bumpy roads, and sometimes you have your milestones.
Yeah, and there's a two-way of seeing this. Either you want to be a fighter, you want to fight where your mindset at the moment, or you just want to surrender. Like, okay, this is my position, this is my condition, and it's okay, I'm not changed. But in the end, if you want to fight, you can have a much better life.
Okay.
All right.
No, now, going back as being parents,
Go ahead. I know you have a lot of questions. Yes.
it's like a sense of money. Like, would it be better to, I don't know, you say earn.
Yeah.
So should we, because nowadays everything's digital.
Yes.
And then like, for some reason, like, I know I can give my daughter just like an account or something like that, but is there a difference with teaching the children on like the digital account,
Conventional.
or like just give them cash? You're like,
Yeah.
I don't think there is differences because nowadays we live in a digital world. We, as a parent, just have to adapt in the way they can embrace this money culture. We cannot be differentiate between cash or digitals. Actually, we, the one who needs to learn that this is all the digital society.
Yes.
There is no differences because money is money, numbers is a numbers, and we can all see from the savings account. And the most important thing, so if you want to break the change of toxic money mindset, the first of all should start from the parents.
Yeah.
How our financial knowledge can become our financial power in building our children better future.
So, Aliyah, I think we wish that we have 1 hour with you because there are so many questions lining up, Aliyah. But one more last question before we concluded our discussion for today. If someone come in from maybe a childhood trauma to make them who they are right now that has a toxic money mindset, how can one get out of it and have a good?
First, they need to be in a really good community, a community who embrace the financial knowledge as a financial powers. Once you get to understand the basic knowledge of financial, they will have a sense of, oh, by doing this thing, start from savings, budgeting, and investing, this can help me to change my life. It's like a 3 simple steps, but it is very challenging to do those stuff. And actually, finance is a survival skill. If you don't get with this skill, I don't think you can manage your money in the long term. If you cannot manage small things, you cannot manage big things.
Yeah.
So same things like money. If you cannot manage small money, you cannot manage the big money.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's good words from Aliyah. I think, you know, having a good money mindset, I mean, we are living in a life right now where everything is unstable. So having a stable one, whether you're in a good position or bad position, as long as you're stable, hopefully you're going to have a good life, a good value money, a good value of life.
Yes.
We're going to have Aliyah again,
Yeah.
for sure, in our
I
program.
didn't realize coming into this talk show that we're gonna, it's like a session with the.
It's like a reflection time with Aliyah and Natasya. Thank you very much, Aliyah, for being here with us.
Thank you.
Hopefully, we're going to see you again next time we're here in the studio talking more about finance and philosophy and psychology and also parenting all in one. So right now, we're set for another commercial break. When we return, we'll have you the world headlines right here on the C Morning Show, only on C Today. We'll be right back.